You got your Bible? Let's read. We're going to be reading from 2 Kings chapter 15, 16, 17. 2 Kings chapter 15, Hazael reigns in Judah. 2 Kings chapter 16 is Ahaz reigns in Judah. 2 Kings chapter 17 is Hosea reigns in Israel. I'm reading from the King James Version. Come join me. I'm starting at 2 Kings chapter 15, verse 1. In the 20th and 17th year of Jeroboam, king of Israel, began Assyria, son of Ahaz, king of Judah, to reign. 16 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned 25 years in Jerusalem. And his mother name was Jehoshaphat of Jerusalem. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, according to all that his fathers Amaziah had done, save that the high places were not removed. The people sacrificed and burnt incense still on the high places. And the Lord smote the king, so that he was a leper unto the day of his death, and dwelt in several houses. And Jotham, the king's son, was over the house, judging the people of the land. And the rest of the acts of Hazael and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah? And Hazael slept with his fathers, and they buried him with his fathers in the city of David. And Jotham, his son, reigned in his stead. In the 38th year of Hazael, king of Judah, did Azariah, the son of Jeroboam, reign over Israel and Samaria 6 months. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, as his fathers had done. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin. And Shalom, the son of Jabez, conspired against him and smote him before the people and slew him and reigned in his stead. And the rest of the acts of Zechariah, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. That was the word of the Lord, which he spake unto Joel, saying, thy son shall sit on the throne of Israel until the 4th generation. And so it came to pass. Joel, the son of Jabez, began to reign in the 9 and 13th year of Hosea, king of Judah, and he reigned a full month in Samaria. For Mesham, the son of Gedaliah, went up from Tisha and came to Samaria, and smote Shemal, the son of Jabez, in Samaria, and slew him, and reigned in his stead. And the rest of the acts of Shemal in his conspiracy which he made, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. Then Meham smote Tishra and all that were therein, in the coast thereof, from Tizar, because they opened not to him. Therefore he smote it, and all the women therein that were with child he ripped up. And the 9th and 13th year of Hazael, king of Judah, began Meham, the son of Gedaliah, to reign over Israel, and reigned 10 years in Samaria. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin. And Pul, the king of Assyria, came against the land, and Meham gave Pul 1,000 talents of silver, that his hand might be with him to confirm the kingdom in his hand. And Meham exacted the money of Israel, even of all the mighty men of wealth, of each man 50 shekels of silver, to give to the king of Assyria. So the king of Assyria turned back and stayed not there in the land. And the rest of the acts of Meham and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? Meham slept with his fathers, and Pekam, his son, reigned in his stead. In the 5th year of Assyria, king of Judah, Pekam, the son of Meham, began to reign over Israel and Samaria, and reigned 2 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin, but Pekah, the son of Relam, a captain of his, conspired against him and smote him in Samaria, in the palace of the king's house, with Ergob and Ream, and with him 50 men of the Galites. And he killed him and reigned in his room. And the rest of the acts of Pekah and all that he did, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. And the 2 and 15th year of Assyria, king of Judah, Pekah the son of Ramel began to reign over Israel and Samaria, and reigned 20 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin. In the days of Capeh, king of Israel, came Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, and took Ijon and Beth-Maachah, and Zion, and Kadesh, and Hazar, and Gilead, and Galilee, all the land of Nephi, and carried them captive to Assyria. And Hoshea, the son of Elah, made conspiracy against Pekah, the son of Remaliah, and smote him, and slew him, and reigned in his stead in the 20th year of Jotham, the son of Uzziah. And the rest of the acts of Pekah and all that he did, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel. In the 2nd year of Pekah, the son of Ramel, king of Israel, began Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah, to reign. 25 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned 16 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Josiah, the daughter of Joachim. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord. He did according to all that his father Uzziah had done. Howbeit, the high places were not removed. The people sacrificed and burnt offerings, both burnt incense still in the high places. He built the higher gate of the house of the Lord. Now the rest of the acts of Jotham and all he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah? In those days the Lord began to sin against Judah, Rezin, the king of Syria, and Pekah the son of Ramesh. And Jotham slept with his fathers, and he was buried with his fathers in the city of David his father, and Ahaz his son reigned in his stead. I'm going to read 2 Kings chapter 16 now. In the 17th year of Pekah the son of Ramel, Asher, the son of Jotham, king of Judah, began to reign. 20 years old was Hashash when he began to reign, and reigned 16 years in Jerusalem, and did not that which was right in the sight of the Lord his God, like David his father. But he walked in the way of the kings of Israel, and made his son to pass through the fire, according to the abomination of the heathen, whom the Lord had cast out from before the children of Israel. And he sacrificed and burnt offerings in the high places, and on the hills, and under every green tree. And Rezin, king of Syria, and Pekah, son of Remaliah, king of Israel, came up to Jerusalem to war, and they besieged Hazar, but could not overcome him. At the time, Rezin, king of Syria, recovered Elath in Syria, and drave the jewels of Elath. And the Syrians came to Elath and dwelt there until this day. And Hazar sent messengers to Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, saying, I am thy servant and thy son. Come up and save me out of the hand of the king of Assyria, and out of the hand of the king of Israel, which rise up against me. And Hazar took the silver and gold that was found in the house of the Lord, and in the treasures of the king's house, and sent it for a present to the king of Assyria. And the king of Assyria hearkened unto him, for the king of Assyria went up against Damascus, and took it, and carried the people out of it captive in Kara, and slew Rezin. And King Ahaz went to Damascus to meet Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, and saw an altar that was at Damascus, and King Ahaz sent to Urijah the priest the fashion of the altar and the pattern of it, according to the workmanship thereof. And Urijah the priest built an altar according to all that Ahaz had sent from Damascus. So Urijah the priest made it against King Ahaz came from Damascus. And when the king was come from Damascus, the king saw the altar, and the king approached to the altar and offered thereon. And he burnt his burnt offering and his meat offering, and poured his drink offering, and sprinkled the blood of his peace offering upon the altar. And he brought also the brazen altar, which was before the Lord, from the forefront of the house, from between the altar and the house of the Lord, and put it on the north side of the altar. And King Ahaz commanded Urijah the priest, saying, upon the great altar among the great altar burn the morning burnt offerings, and the evening meat offering, and the king's burnt sacrifice, and his meat offerings, with the burnt offerings of all the people of the land, and their meat offering and their drink offerings, and sprinkle upon it all the blood of the burnt offering, and all the blood of the sacrifice, and the brazen altar shall be for me to inquire by. Thus did Urijah the priest according to all that King Ahaz commanded. And the King Ahaz cut off the borders of the bases, and removed the laver from off them, and took down the sea from off the brazen oxen that were under it, and put it upon the pavement of stones, and the cover for the Sabbath that he did build in the house, in the king's entry without, turned he from the house of the Lord for the king of Assyria. Now the rest of the acts of Ahaz, which he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah? And Ahaz slept with his fathers, and was buried with his fathers in the city of David, and Hezekiah his son reigned in his stead. I'm reading the last chapter. It is 2 Kings chapter 17, starting in verse 1. In the 12th year of Ahaz king of Judah began Hoshea the son of Elah to reign in Samaria over Israel 9 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, but not as the kings of Israel that were before him. Against him came up Shemaz-menzer, king of Assyria, and Jehoshaphat became his servant and gave him presents. And the king of Syria found conspiracy in Hoshea, for he had sent messengers to So, king of Egypt, and brought no present to the king of Assyria, as he had done year by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land, and went up to Samaria, and besieged it 3 years. In the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria, and carried Israel away into Assyria, and placed them in Halah and in Habar by the river of Gozan, in the cities of Medes. So it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord their God, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt, from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and had feared other gods, and walked in the statutes of the heathen, whom the Lord cast out from before the children of Israel, and of the kings of Israel, which they had made. And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against the Lord their God, and they built them high places in all their cities, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced city, and they set them up images in groves in every high hill, and under every green tree. And there they burnt incense in all the high places, as did the heathen whom the Lord carried away before them, and wrought wicked things to provoke the Lord to anger. For they serve idols. Wherefore the Lord has said unto them, ye shall not do this thing. Yet the Lord testified against Israel and against Judah by all the prophets and by all the seers, saying, turn ye from your evil ways, and keep my commandments and my statutes, according to all the law which I commanded your fathers, and which I sent to you by my servants the prophets. Notwithstanding, they could not hear, but harden their necks like the neck of their fathers, that did not believe in the Lord their God, and they rejected the statutes of his covenant that he made with their fathers, in his testimonies which he testified against them. And they followed vanity, and became vain, and went after the heathen that were round about them, concerning whom the Lord had charged them, that they should not do like them. And they left all the commandments of the Lord their God, and made them molten images, even 2 calves, and made a grove and worshiped all the hosts of heaven and served Baal. And they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire and used divination and enchantments and sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord to provoke him to anger. Therefore the Lord was very angry with Israel and removed them out of his sight. There was none left but the tribe of Judah only. Also Judah kept not the commandments of the Lord their God, but walked in the statutes of Israel which they made. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel and afflicted them and delivered them into the hand of the spoilers until he had cast them out of his sight. For he rent Israel from the house of David. And they made Jeroboam the son of Nebat king. And Jeroboam drave Israel from following the Lord and made them to sin a great sin. For the children of Israel walked in the sins of Jeroboam, which he did. They departed not from them until the Lord removed Israel out of his sight, as he had said by all his servants, the prophets. So Israel carried away out of their own land to Assyria unto this day. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and from Cutham and from Ava and from Hamath and from Sepharvaim, and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel. And they possessed Samaria, and dwelt in the cities thereof. And so it was at the beginning of their dwelling there, that they feared not the Lord. Therefore the Lord sent lions among them, which slew some of them. Wherefore they spake to the king of Syria, saying, the nations which thou hast removed and placed in the cities of Samaria know not the manner of God of the land. Therefore he has sent lions among them, and behold, they slay them, because they know not the manner of God of the land. Then the king of Syria commanded, saying, carry thither one of the priests whom ye brought from thence, and let him go and dwell there, and let him teach them the manner of the God of the land. Then one of the priests whom they had carried away from Samaria came and dwelt in Bethel, and taught them how they should fear the Lord. Howbeit every nation made gods of their own, and put them in the houses of the high places which the Samaritans had made, every nation in their cities wherein they dwelt. And the man of Babylon and Succoth-Benoth, and the man of Cuth made Negro, and the man of Hamath made Ashmir, and the Avites made Nabash, and Takrar and Saphrians burnt their children in fire, and Adammelech and Anamelech, the gods of Sephrim, they feared the Lord, and made unto themselves of the lowest of them priests of the high places, which sacrificed for them in the houses of the high places. They feared the Lord and served their own gods after the manner of the nations whom they carried away from thence. Until this day they do after the former manners. They fear not God, fear not the Lord, neither do they after their statutes, or after their ordinances, or after the law and commandment which the Lord commanded the children of Jacob, whom he named Israel, to whom the Lord had made covenant, and charged them, saying, ye should not fear other gods, nor bow yourselves to them, nor serve them, nor sacrifice to them. But the Lord who brought you up out of the land of Egypt with great power and a outstretched arm, him shall ye fear, and him shall ye worship, and to him shall ye do sacrifice. And the statutes and the ordinances and the law and the commandment which he wrote for you, ye shall observe to do forevermore, and ye shall not fear other gods. And the covenant that I made with you, ye shall not forget, neither shall ye fear other gods. But the Lord your God ye shall fear, and he shall deliver you out of the hand of all your enemies. Howbeit they did not hearken, but they did after their former manner. So these nations feared the Lord and served their graven image, both their children and their children's children, as did their fathers, so do they until this day. I have read 2 Kings chapter 15, 16, 17. 2 Kings chapter 15 is Assyria reigns in Judah. 2 Kings chapter 16 is Ahaz reigns in Judah. 2 Kings chapter 17 is Hoshea reigns in Israel. I pray by the grace of God that I'll be able to come in to read chapters 18, 19, and 20 of 2 Kings. I plan to come back every single day to read 3 to 4 scriptures by the grace of God. And if you want to follow me on social media platforms, on Facebook, it is Minister Chiffon. On Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, it is Minister Chiffon. Correction, on Facebook, it is MIN abbreviated, Chiffon. So MIN Chiffon. All right, Minister Chiffon out.